Have you ever heard of Deborah? A woman, yet she led an entire nation in a time of crisis. When Israel was oppressed, Deborah rose up not with a sword, but with unshakable faith. She was not just a prophet, she was a beacon of hope for the oppressed. When others doubted, she encouraged them to rise, and God's promise became their strength. Her story, a symbol of courage, awaits you in the next part. Part 1. Historical and social context of Deborah. We begin in ancient Israel, in the time of the Judges. The nation is in chaos, constantly threatened by powerful enemies. At this time, Israel faces powerful foes, constantly lurking and threatening. Women's roles in society are very limited, and they mostly work within the household. In the midst of this, Deborah rises as a powerful symbol, not just an ordinary woman. Deborah is not just a woman. She is a prophet, a leader. In a male-dominated society, it is rare for a woman like Deborah to hold such a role. She is known for her wisdom, insight, and courage, rare qualities in a female leader. People come to her for advice and guidance, trusting in her prophetic ability. Deborah leads not just by power, but by understanding and love for her people. Alongside Barak, she decides to confront the enemy and leads Israel to reclaim freedom. Under Deborah's leadership, the Israelites are ready to face their powerful enemy. Faith in Deborah gives them strength, helping them overcome fear and uncertainty. During the battle, Deborah prays continuously, holding firm in her faith for God's protection. Victory belongs to Israel, thanks to Deborah's strong leadership and courage. Deborah becomes a symbol of faith, resilience, and patriotism, leaving a deep impression on the nation of Israel. Part 2. The role of Deborah as a prophet and judge. Deborah was not just a judge. She was also a prophet with messages from God. She received messages to guide her people, bringing hope in times of trial. Deborah held gatherings under the palm tree where people came seeking wisdom. Through her spiritual connection, Deborah conveyed God's message, helping her people find peace. People came to Deborah not only for legal disputes, but for spiritual guidance. Deborah's wisdom was unparalleled, helping her discern between right and wrong. She embodied justice and compassion, always standing for what was right. People respected her for a role that was not just legal, but also spiritual. Her role extended beyond judgment to helping people find faith in difficult times. Deborah was a beacon for her people, bringing hope and faith. People came to her with faith that God sent her to lead them. Her guidance brought peace to people, even in the most challenging times. She was a symbol of faith and perseverance for her people. Deborah was not only a judge, but a source of hope for the future. She was like a sturdy palm tree, standing firm against all storms, protecting her people. Her prayer was an endless source of strength, helping her people through hard times. Part 3. The challenge from Sisera and King Jabin of Canaan. At this time, Israel is suffering under the oppression of King Jabin, ruler of the Canaanites. His commander Sisera is a fierce warrior, instilling fear across all of Israel. Sisera leads a powerful army, ready to fight to maintain King Jabin's control. In these circumstances, Deborah rises, taking on the mission to free her people from oppression. It's a dangerous mission, but Deborah does not hesitate, for her faith in God's guidance is strong. Deborah is not only a leader, but also a source of inspiration, encouraging the Israelites to stand against oppression. With immense spiritual strength, Deborah rallied the Israelites, ready for battle. Deborah called upon Barak, a brave warrior of Israel, ordering him to gather troops against Sisera. Deborah and Barak stand together with a shared resolve, ready to lead Israel into this challenging battle. Under Deborah's guidance, Israel's army gathers, ready to confront Sisera's formidable forces. The Canaanite army, vast in numbers and well-equipped, advances toward Israel, presenting a formidable challenge. The battle is about to begin, both sides facing each other in an atmosphere of tension and determination. Deborah prays to God, seeking divine assistance for Israel's victory against the mighty Canaanite forces. With courage and determination, Deborah and Barak lead Israel's forces toward the enemy, ready to face Sisera. The battle rages fiercely, but with faith in God, the Israelites fight steadfastly, unwavering in their resolve. As the Canaanites weaken, Israel, led by Deborah and Barak, sees the light of victory. Part 4. The Call of Barak and the Prophecy of Deborah. Deborah, a powerful prophetess, listens to God with an open heart. She receives a command from God and immediately summons Barak, a military leader. Barak approaches respectfully, listening to every word Deborah imparts. Deborah delivers God's command. Barak must gather an army to face Sisera. But Barak hesitates, his heart weighed down by the responsibility. Barak pleads, "If you go with me, I will go. But if not, I will not go." Deborah agrees but warns that victory will belong to a woman. This is a profound prophecy, and Barak grasps the power in her words. They stand resolute, ready to face Sisera by God's command. Deborah, with faith in God, leads Barak and the soldiers into battle. Barak gathers his forces, trusting in the strength Deborah has imparted. The army advances, led by both Deborah and faith in God's prophecy. Deborah ignites a fire in the soldiers, without a hint of hesitation. Deborah and Barak stand side by side, facing the enemy without fear. As prophesied, a woman will bring victory. This is the power of faith and courage, bringing victory in God's name. Part 5. The Battle of Mount Tabor. The battle takes place on Mount Tabor, where Israel's army prepares to confront Sisera's forces. Deborah stands beside Barak, Israel's commander, encouraging him to act and reminding him of God's power. Israel's army advances under Barak's leadership, with courage and determination evident on each face. Thanks to Deborah and Barak's leadership, God throws Sisera's army into chaos, stripping them of control. Realizing defeat, Sisera panics and decides to flee from the battlefield, abandoning his troops. With strong leadership and unwavering faith, Israel's army achieves a glorious victory on Mount Tabor. Deborah stands in gratitude, thanking God for helping them achieve this victory, a sign of divine support. The Israelite warriors bow in prayer, thanking God for helping them through this hard-fought battle. Deborah and Barak smile with pride as they watch Israel's army embrace in victory. Deborah is not only a prophet but also an inspiring leader, thanks to her unwavering faith in God. The victory on Mount Tabor is not only a military triumph, but a testament to Deborah's faith and leadership. The people of Israel gather, thanking God and honoring Deborah for bringing them peace and victory. Deborah reminds the warriors that strength comes from faith, and they can overcome any challenge if they trust in God. The victory on Mount Tabor is a sign for the future, a future Deborah knows will need faith and courage. With this victory, Israel's army returns home in joy and peace, knowing God is with them. This victory is a reminder that only strong faith in God helps us overcome all hardships and challenges. Part 6. The Death of Sisera and the Courage of Jael. Sisera sought refuge in Jael's tent, a woman not part of the army. Jael welcomed him calmly, gaining his trust. Exhausted, Sisera quickly fell asleep, unaware of the danger. With courage, Jael decided to act in a surprising way. Jael killed Sisera with a tent peg, fulfilling Deborah's prophecy. The victory belonged to Jael, the courageous woman who protected Israel. She stepped out of the tent, bringing hope and peace to Israel. Deborah knew her prophecy was fulfilled through Jael. Two women united to bring peace to their people. The victory of Jael and Deborah brought peace to Israel. The people of Israel rejoiced, peace restored through the courage of two women. Jael's courage proved that anyone can contribute to justice and peace. The lives of Jael and Deborah are stories of courage and faith. We too can learn from them to protect justice and bring peace. Share the lessons you take from this story below. Trust that in darkness, there is always the light of justice and peace. Part 7. The Legacy of Deborah and 40 Years of Peace. After this victory, Israel experienced 40 years of peace. This was the result of Deborah's leadership. Deborah was not only a hero on the battlefield, but also a leader during the time of peace. During this time of peace, she helped Israel achieve stability in spirit and politics, leading the nation into a prosperous era. Deborah's song, praising the victory and the role of women, is still remembered today. Her song became a symbol of hope, strength, and resilience in the face of adversity. Those words are etched in history, a legacy not only for Israel, but for humanity. Deborah created a legacy of peace, and as a result, Israel enjoyed tranquility for 40 years. Her image was like a guiding light, leading the nation through every challenge. Looking back at Deborah's life, she stands as a symbol of courage and compassion. Deborah's story inspires millions of women who find strength in adversity. Her image reminds us that women can achieve extraordinary things and change the world. Deborah's spirit lives on through generations, a guiding flame for the future. Her story has been retold through time, becoming a source of motivation and inspiration for many generations. It was through her steadfastness and faith that she helped her people live in peace and prosperity. With 40 years of peace, Deborah left an indelible mark on the history of Israel and the world. Deborah's song is not just a melody but a faith, a hope for those who need strength to overcome adversity. Her legacy is a valuable lesson for us today, to live for peace and compassion. What do you think of Deborah's story? How does it inspire you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Bible stories. Let's continue exploring inspiring stories and discussing the legacies of biblical figures together.